From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Throwing now is Mahomes. On the move to his left. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
He'll buy some time right. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he goes out right around the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. In motion, Hill. Play action, now it's Tua. There's the former Chief, man they watched for years, Tyreek Hill. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Tua going to tap this forward on a jet sweep. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Chris Jones on the stop. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. Now Tua. hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Tua sets up to pass it. Throw caught by Achane. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. On play action, here's Tua. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. That's caught right side by Worthy. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now here's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice, 70 yards. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it, sliding out of the pocket. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Tua on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Tua to throw again. And going deep for Hill. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Got a man over the middle, Worthy. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Bust through the tackle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That one complete to Hill. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. And this This offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Washington now brings this out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 79 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. The 2 are going to try and throw for it. And this is caught. So they get the 2 points, and now we're even at 8-8. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's laid out deep for Rice. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now Mahomes. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 56 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Right back to Achane on second down. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. Past the 20. 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 48 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough...
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Down the left sideline. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that Not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Tua going to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Smith. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost not. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. And that could have been trouble. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now here's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Steps away. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Caught. Kelsey, left side. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And again, it's Mahomes.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Mahomes going to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Go, go!
Now Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Mahomes to throw.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. This is 1st and 10. Throwing Tua.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
That's the score. Chiefs 26, Dolphins 21.
25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Mahomes.
That is intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Tua.
He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense.